Hi, seekers of wisdom. Welcome to another edition of Chronicles of 1900. I believe you enjoyed the last week's session. We were talking about driving and driving convictions. This week, I'm going to carry on with that. My name is Ibrahim Sunday again. Don't forget, it's Chronicles of 1900, and all I'm doing is giving you more information about what you can do in the UK, how you can ensure that you live a good life in the UK. So this week, I'm going to continue from the driving conversation we had. So we talked about provisional license and driving a car and what you should look out for. So today, I'm going to continue with that. One, I need to let you know that when you have a car in the UK, let's assume you've passed your test and now you have your full driver's license, okay? You must avoid tickets. There's what we call SP30. That is speed on the 30 road, driving more than 30 miles per hour on a 30 miles per hour road, okay? Ideally, when you are driving 10% over the speed limit, you can get away with it, right? But when you drive over 10% of the speed limit on the road, then you're going to be in trouble. When I mean you can get away with it is that if you haven't had any awareness course before, right, you might be able to get the opportunity to get awareness course if you haven't done awareness course in the last 1 year, which means they give you the opportunity to pay £100 and watch video or go to centers where they show you how dangerous it is to drive in a very bad manner, okay? But if you've done it in the last 1 year, you don't have the option anymore, which means you have to send your license to the police and the police have to deduct 3 points from your license. Like I mentioned last week, the first 2 years of you passing your test, you have 6 points on your license, which means you can have 2 SP30 tickets, which takes 3 points of your license. It means that you have to start afresh. What do I mean by start afresh? You need to go back and apply for provisional license. You need to do theory test, and then you need to do practical test to get your license again. And you don't want to go through that. Now, another thing you want to avoid is 6 points on your license, which is driving without insurance. If you're driving without insurance, you risk 6 points. Now, there are some people, they say, oh, I have insurance and I've got 6 points already on my license. What happened? Now, you can have comprehensive insurance, right? And you went to drive another person's car, but your insurer does not guarantee you to drive another person's car. This is a common mistake that we have made before. Before you drive another person's car, you need to check your policy wordings in your insurance to say, although I have a car, I've got insurance on my car, right, on my name, comprehensive, but does my policy allows me to drive another person's car? Some people don't know this and they've ended up in problems. So you must ensure that your insurer states clearly that you can drive another person's car, provided that car is insured. Now, another problem. Somebody parked the car somewhere. They are not driving it. It's not insured. But because you have insurance, you thought you could drive the car. No, you can't. Because that car is not insured. You can only drive a car that's also insured as well. These are some gray areas that people don't really look out for. Now, if you're driving without insurance, it's a problem. But you can check if your car is got insurance if you go to MIB, right? MIB, go out MIB online. Just type MIB on Google and you put the car registration number. It's going to tell you if the car is insured or not. Now, another problem that you must continue to look out for is this. When you carry people in the car, get them to use their seatbelt. Get them to use their seatbelt, especially your children. Adults, they can be fined by the police themselves, maybe £80, £100. But children, you've got to get them to use their seatbelt. You can't drive as an adult and have children in the car without their seatbelt or without the appropriate bumper seats or car seat for child. You must ensure those things are well looked after. Now, another thing is this. Don't think because, oh, she's just a child, we can be 5 in the car. If your car is for 4, it's for 4. If your car is for 5, it's for 5. If your car is for 7 people, it's for 7 people. You can't say, oh, we are just going 5 miles away. Let 7 of us get in the car and the car is a 5-seater car. You can't do that. You can't do that. So don't even risk it. It's not worth the risk, right? Another thing again that I know that so many of us we had bad characters for because we've been driving for 30 years, 20 years from maybe our back home country is ordinary lane. When you are driving on a particular lane, maybe fast lane in the UK, if you don't know, the very first lane on your left is a slow lane, right? That lane, you can drive on that lane. If you are a learner, you're not sure how good you are, or you just passed your driving test, you don't have full confidence, you can be on that first left lane. If you're on a 3-lane road, right, or maybe let me start with the 2-lane, on the left lane is fine for you. The next lane, which is the right lane to you, is a fast lane. It means when you overtake, you come back to the slow lane. You can only be on the fast lane when you're overtaking. Now, let's go to 3-lane. If you're on a 3-lane road, you can be on the first left and the second, but the third lane is a fast lane, right? The same thing applies on the 4th lane as well. So once you drive and you overtake on the 3rd lane, you go back to the first lane. Unless the first lane is busy, you stay on the 2nd lane, right? Then if it's 4 lane as well, you stay on the first lane. The first lane is busy, you go on the 2nd lane to overtake, right? And then you can go on the 3rd lane and then on the 4th lane. You must not, I repeat, you must not try to stay on a single lane for so long, which is the fast lane, for example, except the first lane. It's called odding. When you odd lane, the police can stop you and they can fine you. So, no odding. Another thing you cannot do is tailgating. You can't tailgate people. When you are driving and a car is in front of you, especially at the traffic light or where there's a traffic, you must be able to see the tire of the car in front of you on the ground, the back of the tires on the ground. That is part of the requirement that you must know how to do. So you don't want to get yourself into trouble. Now, some people also have issues thinking about, oh, can I just buy any car? No, there are some cars you cannot buy. You can't drive some salvage cars. Category N, Category S, non-structural, structural cars that are repaired can be driven, but you can't drive Category B cars. Those are breakable cars. So you need to check the kind of car you're driving. Category X means there's no category on it, right? It's open to everybody. But when you're buying a car, you must ensure that you pay the money to check online if that car has been salvaged. Number 2 is you cannot buy a car that is salvaged and insure it and insurance is not aware about it. If you have an accident and they get to find out, they won't pay out. You have to cover that money from your pocket. So you must ensure that you know what you're doing. The last thing I'm going to talk about is reporting accidents. Whenever you have an accident, all you need is the car registration number at this point in time, right? And you call insurance immediately and tell them what has happened. You report it immediately. Don't wait. You must report it immediately. Don't wait. If police seize your car, right, from you, you have 24 hours to collect the car back before it begins to have demurrage on it. And then before you know it, the amount of money that you used to pick the car will be too much, too expensive for you, more than the car. Another thing you must ensure you don't do is don't drive on the opposite lane. If you are not sure of the lane, please wait. Ask, right? Park somewhere and see how people are driving. If you drive on the opposite lane on the road in this country, if police gets to see you, they impound your car, because that's a dangerous driving. I hope all this information I've given to you has helped you. My name is Abraham Sunday. It's Chronicles of 1900. I'm going to be giving you more of this information. Please like, share, comment, and let people know what we're doing. Okay? Thank you very much. God bless you. Until I see you again next week, don't forget, it's Chronicles of 1900, Inspirational Podcast by Abraham Sunday. God bless you.